Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Nightwind Archer. Thank you for joining me in this adventure, and I have a little bit of an update. I am going to start releasing on a schedule. This is something I've never done in my YouTube history before. I've kind of just uploaded, I play a game, I edit it, I upload it whenever it happens. But I'm going to start uploading on Wednesday and Saturday, twice a week at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. So if that way exactly when you will be able to see a video from my channel. That'll be less inconsistent that way. So twice a week, Wednesday, Saturday, 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. All right. With that being said, let's get back into the adventure. Where did we leave off last time? Well, we had just finished the zone of Khenarthi's Roost. So this area is completely done. We've finished this zone and we can move on to Auridon. We have great adventures awaiting us. So let's head over to the quest map marker and we will get that started. All right, here we are back at the Razum Dar, and just as a recap really quick, what we found out here on Khenarthi's Roost is that basically this whole area is a drug operation. Pretty crazy, but that's just a recap of basically all the episodes that came before this one, and the Sea Elves were really taking advantage of the people of Khenarthi's Roost, and they did not want the Aldmeri Dominion coming in and messing up their little deal that they have. So we did put a stop to the Sea Elves, but they still remain a danger to the waters out here in this area, and they could be heading to Auridon next, and we know that Queen Irene is going to be in Auridon, so let's go to, my goodness, look at all those books. Okay, I'm going to turn off that because that's too many books, but we are going to head over to Auridon and we are going to talk to, well, if we can find her, we're going to talk to Queen Irene and warn her about these Sea Elves. So let's get started. Razum Dar.
If Raz had known you would do so well, he would have scrounged you a nicer reward. Apologies. The Mistral Armory is not what it once was.
Really, it's okay, Razum Dar. I was happy with the reward that you gave me. So, with everything being done here, with the Sea Elves and all, what do we do now?
The Maumur are like drunken uncle. Chase them off, and they always come back. Next time, Khenarthi will be waiting for them. Problem is, there are places that will not be so prepared.
Yeah, what kind of places?
If the Vipers are here in numbers strong enough to assault Khenarthi, all of the southern seas are in danger. The Queen is in Auridon right now, beginning a royal visit. Raz would ask you to head to Volkelgard and report to Watch Captain Astanya.
I will. I'll report to Watch Captain Astanya, as you say.
Astanya can pass word to Her Majesty. Perhaps you can catch a ride on the Prowler. Raz her Jimila plans to set sail. He suspects she may owe you a favor.
Oh yeah, she does. I actually helped her repair the ship. But before I go, there was a few questions I'd like to ask.
Of course. After all you have done for us here, it would be rude of Raz to say no.
So who is this Watch Captain?
Astanya's the lovely Watch Captain of the Volkelgard Watch. Raz has shared more than one drink with the captain, and more than one fight. She's getting a bit grouchy now that she's tied to one port, but she should set you aright.
So, what exactly do you do, Raz?
This one is a simple Khajiit, like he said when we first met. He resolves issues as they come up. He acts in the best interest of the Dominion and the Queen.
Sounds like you're one of the Queen's eyes. So, do you think that I might see you again?
Oh, Raz would not be surprised. You have already proven yourself a competent sword. Simple Khajiit like this one have a tendency to need competent people like you.
Thank you, Raz. I really appreciate it. So, as I head toward Auridon, what do you think I should be able to expect in that area?
Very tall elves and very pretty shores. Auridon is the most worldly part of the Somerset Isles, and still many of the High Elves consider it a sanctuary away from the rest of the world. This one thinks they are kidding themselves.
All right. Thanks, Roz. I appreciate it. I'll head there now. Okay, so there you go. We're gonna head over and see if we can talk to Watch Captain Estanya and Captain Jamila. I think she owes me something.
Invest in some lightning rods.
The Prowler is headed to Auridon, and we're happy to ferry you there. When you're ready, hop in the launch. We'll set you up with your own bunk.
And why are you headed to Auridon exactly?
Chests full of gold. Owning a sound ship after a hurricane can be quite lucrative, even when the only cargo is Dominion luminaries seeking passage. Don't worry, I won't charge you. Without your help, the Prowler would be a mass of broken timber.
All right. Is your ship ready to sail?
Aye, the Prowler is fully restored and ready for heavy seas. Quartermaster Oblan even managed a few improvements using some Maurmer donations.
Donations, I'm sure.
Have no fear. She'll get you safely to Auridon.
Awesome. Thank you, Captain. All right, so we fixed up the Prowler. So this skiff is going to take us to the main boat, which is out there on the ocean, which we helped fix up. Now, by the way, that was something that was kind of cut out. Ended up... Whoa.
You are the one I seek.
Me? Who are you?
Greetings. My benefactor wishes to speak to you about a matter that could affect the fate of our world.
The fate of our world? What's with the cloak and dagger? What does your benefactor want?
If my benefactor wished to discuss details in the open, why send a messenger? The matter is for your ears only.
Okay, and where can I find him?
A passenger cabin in the interim suitor down at the docks. Do not tarry.
Okay, I'll get to them when I can. Whoa, she just disappeared. A matter affecting the fate of our world. What could that be? I don't know. Probably just a scam. All right, Captain Tremuli.
Ha! I was worried you'd never wake up. You slept all the way from Canarthy's roost, right through the hurricane.
Yeah, I was really tired. Did a lot of adventuring. Thanks, Captain. Thank you, Captain, for your brave salesmanship. Not sail, like S-A-I-L. Sail. Okay, never mind. I gotta go. Oh, would you look at that? Auridon Explored, Chapter 1. This seems to be a book that somebody left behind. It might have some helpful clues to what I might find here in this area. Oh, it's a little tutorial. I gotta get rid of that. Okay, so let's see. First of all, my first viewing of Auridon, well, it's a little bit late at night and the stars are out, and with a little bit of the moonlight and stars out, I can kind of see that it does appear to have a beautiful little coast here, an active little nighttime fishing community here on the coast. All right, what does this book say, though? Gentle reader, welcome. Welcome to the crystal blue waters and gentle zephyrs of Auridon. Jewel of the Somerset Archipelago and gateway to Tamriel, this fair isle has long been home to the friendliest, the most outward-facing of my noble race. Herein I've included an unedited journal of observations, thoughts jotted down during my most recent trip across the isle. Some of the hidden gems of the isle, some of the most striking locales of the sheltered paradise, will see descriptions in these pages. From I, your humble guide, enjoy. Finlil the Wayfarer. The rest of the pages have been torn out. Okay. All right. Well, that's a teaser. So he set it up and then it's not there. I wonder if there's a chapter 2 anywhere nearby. I do not see a chapter 2, at least not immediately. All right, so anyway, let's just continue on our trip to... We have to do what we came here to do. We were here to talk to Captain Estanya, and we've got to tell her right away about the sea vipers that were causing trouble. And by the way, I get confused between the sea elves and the sea vipers, but I think the sea vipers are a subset of sea elves, and the sea vipers are evil, and the sea elves may not be evil totally. So... I get confused between that, but I think that's correct. All right, this must be the watch captain.
Fair day. I'm Astanya, watch captain. With the Queen in town, we have extra security precautions to see to. Where are you traveling from?
Well, I've just come from Canarthy's Roost. I literally just landed. Razumdar sent me, and the island was attacked by Malmer.
Old Raz sent you, eh? That could complicate things. Thank you for telling me. The Queen's enemies are all around her. Her protectors must be vigilant at all times, and this information will be critical in their calculations.
Understood.
I'll make sure news of the Marmor is passed on to the appropriate parties. Don't you worry about that. Now, what's your name? I'll need it for the official register.
My name? It's, Orwell Greybranch.
I'll just write that down. By order of the 1st Auridon Marines, your presence in Valkelgard has been registered. Do your best to stay out of trouble and out of the way. Fare you well.
Right. You know, you seem very busy. Is there anything I could do to help you out?
Help? No, I don't think so. Actually, my guardsmen are all tied up right now. If you're up to it, perhaps you could look into some things for me.
Look into some things? Sure, how can I help?
Good. I want you to speak with 2 members of the Queen's Court, Advisor Norian and Steward Aminway. They await assistance from the guard, hands I can't spare just now. Who do you want to speak to first?
Well, I don't know either of them. I suppose I'll speak to the advisor first.
I see you prioritize well. You'll find him at a warehouse west of here. Be sure to tell him that I sent you. Once you finish with both of them, report back to me on the town's upper level.
All right, I will. Thank you, Watch Captain Astanya.
Well, what are you waiting for?
Well, there was a few more questions I'd like to ask. I'm new here, and I had an accident out in Canarthy's Roost, and I'm suffering a little bit of amnesia. So who are the 1st Auridon Marines?
Queen Iren's personal guard. They're led by Battlereeve Urselmo, one of the most decorated warriors in the Dominion.
So you are not a Marine?
No. I'm captain of the city guards here. The Marines are the right arm of the Queen. My duty is to the city.
I understand. Okay. Razumdar said that you two were old friends. That true?
Huh. He's got an active imagination, that one. We know each other, sure. Drew blades together a few times. But I'm not sure I'd call him a friend. Not since he signed up with the Queen.
Signed up with the Queen?
He didn't tell you? Of course he didn't. He's the biggest liar I know. Razumdar works directly for the Queen herself. Some kind of hush-hush cloak and dagger outfit. Thieves and liars, the lot of them.
Can you tell me a little bit more about Queen Iren?
You hit your head recently?
Yes, I did.
Queen leads the Old Mary Dominion. She had some kind of wild time away from court a few years back, but now she's returned to reclaim her birthright, lead the Alliance.
Where did she go?
Off gallivanting across Tamriel? Who knows? Who cares? I wish I could just quit my job then come back to it when I get bored.
Yeah. What was the Queen's speech about?
Probably talking up the unity of the Dominion. Not all the Altmer are fans of the Alliance yet. No offense.
Understood. All right, well, I'll stop bothering you. Thank you for all the information. I'll head to talk to the people I agreed to talk to. All right. So that was a good deal of information. Let's go ahead and level up. We just got that. So let's claim these rewards and give ourselves a little bit of stamina. And we have a skill point. What do we got here? Executioner. When an enemy dies within 2 seconds of being damaged by you, you restore 500 magic and stamina. Let's do it. We're going to need all these passives eventually anyway. So I'm not really going in any particular order. I just need to collect them. So let's go to talk to the Auridon, to the advisor Norian. Okay, so let's go ahead and move this way. I think advisor Norian should be this direction. It does appear that there is a lore book here, Frontier and Conquest. This is probably an Auridon, Aldmeri Dominion bit of lore. Frontier, Conquest, and Accommodation, A Social History of Cyrodiil by University of Gwilym Press, Second Era 344. Historians often portray the human settlement of Tamriel as a straightforward process of military expansion of the Nords of Skyrim. In fact, human settlers occupied nearly every corner of Tamriel before Skyrim was even founded. These so-called Nedic peoples include the Proto-Cyrodiilians, the ancestors of the Bretons, the aboriginals of Hammerfell, and perhaps a now-vanished human population of Morrowind. Strictly speaking, the Nords are simply another of these Nedic peoples, the only one that failed to find a method of peaceful accommodation with the elves who already occupied Tamriel. Ivsgrimor was certainly not the first human settler in Tamriel. In fact, by fleeing civil war in Atmora, as the Song of Return states, Ivsgrimor was following a long tradition of migration from Atmora. Tamriel had served as a safety valve for Atmora for centuries before Ivsgrimor's arrival. Malcontents, dissidents, rebels, landless younger sons all made the difficult crossing from Atmora to the new world of Tamriel. New archaeological excavations date the earliest human settlements in Hammerfell, High Rock, and Cyrodiil at Merithic era 800 to 1000, centuries earlier than Ivsgrimor, even assuming that the 12 Nord kings prior to Harold were actually historical figures. The Nedic peoples were a minority in a land of elves, and had no choice but to live peacefully with the elder race. In High Rock, Hammerfell, Cyrodiil, and possibly Morrowind, they did just that, and the Nedic peoples flourished and expanded over the last centuries of the Merithic era. Only in Skyrim did this accommodation break down, an event recorded in the Song of Return. Perhaps, being close to reinforcements from Atmora, the Proto-Nords did not feel it necessary to submit to the authority of the Skyrim elves. Maybe that's true. Indeed, the early Nord chronicles note that under King Harold, the first historical Nord ruler, First Era 113 to 221, the Atmoran mercenaries returned to their homeland, following the consolidation of Skyrim as a centralized kingdom. Whatever the case, the pattern was set. In Skyrim, expansion would proceed militarily with human settlement following the frontier of Conquest, and the line between human territory and elven territory was relatively clear. But beyond this zone of conflict, the other Nedic peoples continued to merge with their elven neighbors. When the Nord armies of the First Empire finally entered High Rock and Cyrodiil, they found Bretons and Proto-Cyrodiils already living there among the elves. Indeed, the Nords found it difficult to distinguish between Elf and Breton. The two races had already intermingled to much a degree. The arrival of the Nord armies upset the balance of power between the Nedic peoples and the Elves. Although the Nords' expansion into High Rock and Cyrodiil was relatively brief, less than 2 centuries, the result was decisive. From then on, power in those regions shifted from the Elves to the humans. Very, very good bit of lore there. That was amazing. So that basically explains the pre-human takeover of Skyrim. Basically, all of the Nedic peoples that lived in the area of Skyrim long before Ivsgrimor ever set foot on land. It apparently had been a place where, banished outlaws and criminals and things had done, people that are outcast from their societies. So there were already a well-established group of Nedic peoples in Skyrim before Ivsgrimor landed, and then he eventually took over. So anyway, that was a nice bit of lore. Let's continue talking to Advisor Norian as we had promised.
I'm busy here. Away with you.
I'm supposed to tell you that Watch Captain Astanya sent me.
In that case, you'll do nicely. My servant followed a burglar to this warehouse. The ignorant knave stole a set of marine deployment plans for the Queen's upcoming speech.
Oh, a burglar. So why would a burglar steal those?
Well, I'm sure I wouldn't know. I'm no burglar. In any case, we can't let those plans escape. They could be used to bypass the Queen's security, and we wouldn't want that.
Of course. All right, I'll check it out. Thank you for trusting such an important job to me. Apparently, I've proven myself because these people trust me to take on such important matters.
Please, I did just as you asked. Yes, you did.
Hey! Where'd he go? Okay, so he said I did just as you asked, so he was like being threatened. Well, here's the deployment plans. Apparently they left them behind. At least they're not in the wrong hands. Can I read them? Ah, yes, I can. This document clearly shows where guards will be stationed during the Queen's speech. Well, I have them. It looks like the enemy didn't get them, so that's good. But maybe they already have what they need. I don't know.
Well, did you find the plans?
Yes, I found them, but the burglar was already dead.
Oh, a pity. Keep the plans. You can give them to the captain next time you see her. In the meantime, I must attend to the Queen.
I just don't understand, just really quick. This seems like a really important thing. If a thief is stealing the security plans, they have some no-name that they don't even know going and scouting this information out and trusting me, which they don't know, to do this. It seems like this would be like a #1 priority kind of thing, like full stop. But they're delegating this to people that just don't have time. The Auridon Marines don't have time to like investigate this. This should be their entire job. But okay. All right. Anyway, back to the quest. You're not concerned about the dead burglar?
Some kind of criminal feud, I'm sure. Now then, if you have some other task, you should be about it.
Wow. Incompetence. I'm to help a steward, Eminway. Do you know where she is?
Do I look like a steward's assistant? Do you take me for a commoner? No. But yes, I happen to know where she is.
Okay.
East Warehouse, just north of the docks. You can go now.
All right, thank you. I guess. What a jerk. Well, I'm just asking if he happens to know. Sounds like he's got way too big an ego. All right, so let's go ahead and go to this quest marker and see if we can talk to Steward Eminway and see what she needs. I still have those plans, which is good. At least they're with me and not with criminals, but there may be a plot to attack the Queen when she's giving her speech, so we need to be on the lookout for that.
I'm sorry, I can't help you right now. I'm very busy and there's a lot to do.
Well, I'm supposed to tell you that Watch Captain Astanya sent me to help you out.
Oh, all right then. What was it? Right, the supplies. 2 of my cooks took deathly ill right in the middle of preparing the Queen's feast. I suspect sabotage. I want to be sure all of our food supplies are safe.
You seem pretty upset about this. What do you want me to do?
I'm not upset. Not at all.
Okay.
I'll examine the supplies in here. You go to the warehouse next door, make sure everything is fresh, and there's nothing out of place.
All right, I'll take a look for you. Okay, so the plot thickens. Not only was somebody looking for the guard outpost locations for the Queen's speech, but there's also food that has apparently been poisoned and 2 chefs fell ill. Oh boy, this is getting pretty dangerous sounding for the Queen. This barrel holds nothing but apples. They look and smell fresh. Crate? This crate is filled with various cheeses from deep in Grotwood. It's hard to tell with Bosmer cheese, but you don't think anything here has been tainted. Ah, some cheeses from deep in Grotwood. I'd love to try some. For anybody that's unfamiliar, we're here on Auridon, this giant island. Grotwood is here. So here is Grotwood, the Grotwood zone. These cheeses were probably grown somewhere deep in the Grotwood forests, somewhere out here. So very cool to see cheeses being transported by boat across the sea to this area here for the Queen's feast, but seems safe. What is... Hey, you! Not bandit. All right, another crate. This crate contains spices from elsewhere. Other than the strong smells, nothing seems amiss. Ah, so from Elsewhere. And just to show where that is, this is southern Elsewhere, and here's northern Elsewhere. It could be from either one of these two zones. We're not really sure. And then the barrel. This barrel is filled with a light summer wine. It smells delicious. Okay, all this is all okay. This all looks normal. I'm not seeing any issues yet. This cargo bale holds silks and other richly embroidered fabrics from Sunhold. Sunhold? I actually do not know where Sunhold is. I would have to look that up. I do not know where that is. What about this? Oh, poisoned meat. A piece of salted meat from the Vocal Guard docks. Sniffing carefully, this cut has a strange odor. Better take that for evidence. Okay, well.
Hold it right there.
What the heck? Who are you? I would have liked to have interrogated him, but he attacked me. I had no choice but to end his life. Well, that's unfortunate. Might have actually learned something from him. Who he was, who he's working for, and what his plans were.
Did you find anything?
Yes, I did find some salted meat, and it doesn't smell right. I think it's been poisoned.
Thank the stars! You found the problem. Hold on to that. The captain will want to see it.
Yes, but another thing I should mention. When I found that poisoned meat, I was attacked by a man in some kind of uniform that I'm not familiar with.
A uniform? Must have been a cut purse. They're always hanging around the docks waiting to steal away with some cargo. Be careful around here.
All right, I will. And I'll give the evidence to the captain when I see her. Okay, so there's clearly a plot against the, well, I think against the Queen's life. They're poisoning the food and looking to attack in any way possible.
Tell me what you found.
Yes, I found this set of...
Good. Look, I hate to rush you, but I have another task for you. One of my men, Heldil, has cornered a thug nearby. We need to talk to this lowborn scum.
Okay, what has he done?
We've no time for this. He's involved in a plot against the Queen, that's all I can say. We need someone like you to get to him. He refuses to speak with a member of the Guard.
And what about this evidence I found?
Just hold it for the moment. Heldil is just up the stairs here, house on the right. Get going. Remember, the Queen's service.
For the Queen. These people are so incompetent. They're not properly housing and storing evidence and keeping it together.
Kindly step back. We have a situation here.
Your captain sent me. She said you needed some help.
Ah, help from the captain. Excellent. Inside, we've cornered a dangerous Mer. He's wanted by the Crown, has valuable information, and threatens to kill himself every time we approach the door.
I see. So what do you want me to do?
I need him alive. Just get in there and get him talking. Don't listen to what he says. He's half crazed. You get him talking, we move in behind you. Got it?
I understand. I don't see how I'm going to be able to do this, but I'll try.
Get back! One step closer, and I'll cut my throat.
Look, I'm not with the guards. I just wanted to talk to you.
Why should I trust you?
Well, do you really want to die? I'm your only choice here.
Fine. Just don't try anything. Get in here.
All right, I'm coming in.
You're no guard. Thank the stars. Quickly, we don't have much time.
Time? What are you talking about?
They're coming. I know you're just a distraction. Listen closely. Captain Estania is corrupt. She's a member of a group called the Veiled Heritants.
Captain Estania? The what?
Veiled Heritants. They're planning an assassination attempt on the Queen at the temple. They bribed members of her staff to get the speech moved here, where they can have the captain in their pocket.
And do you have any evidence for these claims?
No. Only what I've seen and heard. Please, You must warn the Queen. She's in grave danger, and the guards here... Oh no.
What's wrong?
Good work, citizen.
Traitors. Scum.
Shut your mouth. You're under arrest.
I live only to serve the Queen.
Sure you do. Baritale?
With pleasure.
Okay.
Good work.
Well, what are you gonna do with him?
Don't worry. He'll receive a fair trial. The captain is always very even-handed in her pronouncements.
All right, I suppose I should report to her now.
Good call. We'll see that this man is taken to a cell. With respect, of course.
Well, that's good.
I have to admit I'm impressed. Cool like the scales of Auriel you are. Good luck with the captain.
And do you know where I could find the captain?
She sent word. She's moved to protect the Queen. That'll be at the manor house. Stars guide your steps now.
All right, I'll find the captain there. Okay, so I don't know who to believe. I don't have any evidence one way or another. I mean, I do have evidence that someone is trying to attack the Queen. This person is claiming that Watch Captain Estanya is actually, you know, a bad person, and she's actually with the Veiled Heritance, whoever that is. I'm gonna have to wait to see if I can find some evidence, but we're gonna have to save that for next time. Right now, we're deep in the middle of a political plot to assassinate the Queen, and I don't know who's responsible. Very, very crazy stuff going on here. Okay, well, I guess our investigative work will have to continue until next time. Thank you all for watching. I hope you're enjoying the episode. I certainly had a good time. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time.